On this episode of He Said, She Said Movie Reviews, we take a look at the movie The Art of Self-Defense, written and directed by Riley Stearns, starring Jesse Eisenberg, Alessandro Nivola, Imogen Poots, yes, Imogen Poots, Steve Terada, and Phillip Andre Botello. Welcome to He Said, She Said Movie Reviews. This is the podcast where a happily married couple with similar but different movie taste take a quick, spoiler-free look at the movies, helping you make the right decision before your next movie. I'm your host, Tim.
And I'm April.
So we went and saw the movie The Art of Self-Defense. April gives this movie 2.5 stars, and I can't decide whether or not to give it 1 star or 5 stars. So I guess I'm giving it 3 stars. We'll tell you all about it right after these 2 trailers.
The first trailer we saw was The Goldfinch. A boy in New York is taken in by a wealthy Upper East Side family after his mother is killed in a bombing at the Met. The release date is September 13th, 2019. It stars Finn Wolfhard and Nicole Kidman.
The second trailer is for a movie called Brian Banks. This is about a football player's dreams to play in the NFL are halted when he is wrongly convicted and sent to prison. Years later, he fights to clear his name within an unjust system, and he gets to play in the NFL for the Atlanta Falcons. This has a release date of August 9th, 2019, and stars Aldis Hodge, Greg Kinnear, and Sherri Shepherd.
Who Sherri, of course, was on The View for a long time. Is one of the co-hosts.
All right, The Art of Self-Defense. So the movie is about a man who is attacked at random on the streets. He ends up going to a local karate dojo which is led by a charismatic and mysterious sensei in an effort to learn how to defend himself and become a man.
Exactly. The director is Riley Stearns. He's known for Faults and The Cub. He's also the writer. Same thing, Faults and The Cub. But here's the thing. Faults was his first feature film. This was his second.
Yeah, The Cub was just a short film that looks really interesting about parents who let their kid be raised by a pack of wolves.
Yeah, we're going to actually take a look at that. Just a second. Before Tim kind of dives into the cast real quick, I just want to say that one of the leads, Alessandro, it took me forever. He plays the sensei. It took me a while to figure this out, but I know who he is. He was in Goal 1 and 2. He was Gavin in the soccer movies.
Goal 1 and 2 are 2 of April's mine's favorite soccer movies. So yes, if you're a longtime listener, you know we love soccer movies and soccer. So anyways, the cast has Jesse Eisenberg as Casey, Alessandro Nivola as the sensei, Imogen Poots, Steve Terada, and Phillip Andre Botello.
It was a great cast. I thought there was great acting. The runtime was 104 minutes. It was rated R for violence, sexual content, graphic nudity, and language. And
all right, April, it's time to defend your 2.5 stars, and I'll try to defend my 1 and 5. So.
Okay, well, the bottom line is this movie's twisted. Okay, but I laughed. I will tell you that there was up to a point where it was so bizarre that you're watching it. And there were several, wait just a second. There were several scenes that made me laugh out loud.
I just wanted to say that you have to know that this movie is a dark comedy.
Yes. And that's what I mean. When I say it's twisted, it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's supposed to be. But I will say that it came to a point in the movie where the plot lost me. And that's when it was the point of no return.
Yeah, as April was saying, like I said, for me, it was either 1 or 5 stars. I can't figure out. I really enjoyed this movie, but it was weird. This movie will become a cult classic. It'll be one of those that's up there with the rest of the cult classics. It's.
Do you really think that?
Oh, absolutely. This movie is strange and delightful at the same time.
Well, now, delightful.
Now, come on, April. There were some of the best lines in a movie I've ever heard in this movie. And we'll get down to that when we discuss the dialogue.
All right.
So what about the theme? This is kind of a theme about becoming a man. You need to stand up for yourself.
Absolutely. And, that's always good. The acting, as I mentioned, was solid. Jesse Eisenberg, he was perfect for this role.
Oh yeah, he was Casey. I imagine that he
was amazing.
The writer director Riley Stearns had Jesse in mind when he wrote this movie. So
most definitely. And by the way, he carried it. He did phenomenal. He's a great actor within himself, but in this movie, it was a perfect cast.
The scenes where he's in the break room with those other three guys, those were classic.
Yeah, that was hilarious. The direction was very good. What'd you think about the score?
I didn't even notice the score. Was there a score in this movie? I'm sure there was, but for me, I didn't notice it at all. Cinematography, nothing special there. It was just fine. Production, same thing with the production design. I can't say good things about it. I can't say bad things about it, right?
Right. As far as the special effects, the karate scenes were decent.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was as good as Karate Kid, but...
Wax on.
Yeah, exactly. Wax off.
Yeah, it would have been funny if they would have done that in this movie, though. It would just added to the charm of the movie. Editing was fine. It was good. What did you think about the pace?
I thought that it moved along, but it was a little slow at times. And on the dialogue, I know you want to dive in. You go ahead.
Oh, this is where this movie, I wish I could remember all the great lines in this movie. This is where I think it shined. I'm hats off to Riley Stearns. He wrote a really weird, twisted movie with some great lines. Here, the dialogue was awesome. There was lines like, "I won't be petting you anymore. This is for your own good." This was Jesse talking to his dog after he became macho in the movie. Yeah. It was hilarious. He had a little dachshund. It was hilariously funny in this. Then when he got his first, the white belt, which if anybody knows anything about martial arts, the white belt is what every newbie gets. And the line was, "This is your belt. It's yours. It's sacred. There'll be a 15 charge to replace a lost belt." I'm not delivering it like it is in the movie. It was just
right.
It laughed off. The stuff they talked about France in the movie, it was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. And I will say that when he did start becoming a man, becoming more macho, there were a couple scenes that had me laughing like annoyingly out loud. That's for sure. And you know what I'm talking about. Oh,
yeah. The one other line that I thought was hilarious was when he was asking why he wanted to learn karate and stuff. The Casey's character said, "I want to be what intimidates me."
Right.
That he said that after he said he was also afraid of the dark. But that was such a great line. And I'm not delivering these like they were in the movie.
But another one that I liked is the only moves worth learning are the ones that work. That's a life. Of course.
This is a funny, weird, strange movie. If you like those kind of movies, I'm trying to think of another movie in that vein that I could compare this to.
Okay.
But I'm drawing a blank.
And I
want
to say that yes, there were great lines and everything, but a lot of like emotional, psychological abuse. If you want to start thinking of things, and then there was something else that happened in that movie that really bothered me with a pet. So it was unnecessary. So
I hear you, but it to me, it added to the plot. It added to the story.
All right. Well, that's why it's called He Said, She Said.
Exactly.
A difference.
Yes, we definitely have a difference here. So,
but I will tell you, this is one of these movies that's really hard to rate as a movie critic because it starts out and it's so weird that you're watching it, you're laughing, you're thinking, okay, where's this going? And then for me, that is, I'm speaking for myself, the plot went so far downhill. And then I was lost, meaning they lost me. So there we go. That's why I rated it at a 2.5.
And because it's He Said, She Said, you're getting the He Said. I love the plot. I had no problems with the plot. I thought it was plausible. It worked for me. So I don't know what April's saying. So anyways.
Well, sometimes that's just the way it goes. But listen.
That's the way the ball bounces.
We will see you at the movies. More summer movies coming. We're excited. And I want to thank everybody for all your support. We've been hearing from so many fans and so many people that are entering the contest. We appreciate it. And please, if it is the summer, it is the time to go to the movies. If you're anywhere or in Atlanta, Georgia, you have to visit the Spring Cinema and Tap House in Sandy Springs, Georgia. It's the best.
Hey, I know April just mentioned the contest. We're coming. This is episode 92, I believe. don't forget about the contest. See the movies on us. We're giving away a $100 movie gift certificate. And all you have to do is send us a screenshot. Do it on your phone. You know how to do a screenshot on your phone of you subscribe to the podcast, and you'll be qualified to be entered in to win. We're going to take one random draw of all of the entries, and you can go to hesaidshesAidmovies.com/contest, and you'll see all of the rules, all 2 of them, and send it in. We'd love for you to win the $100 movie gift certificate.
Oh my gosh, you know how far that would go at the Spring Cinema? That's like 8 matinee movies. That's a lot. So get busy and enter. And thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you at the movies.
See you at the movies.